course, we are zoning in today on Malick Secondary versus Trinity College East. Now, Malick coming into this one undefeated so far. They have to be high on confidence.
Yeah, surprise package, you must say, when we spoke about the teams that we think would be there and thereabouts. We talk about Napoli, we talk about Press, but this Malick secondary team has been in form. Of course, the 4-2 win against Signal Hill and an impressive James 1-1 tie against that Arima North team that you have high expectations about. And they've been getting goals as well. So far in the season, they have 10 goals to show for it. 10 goals.
Normally, we're on the same side. Today, we're rivals. But of course, Trinity College is coming off the back of their first victory this season. How will they come into this one?
Well, I think they'll be buoyed, obviously, with their last result against Sanmo North, a team that seemingly has had a difficult start. But you have to look at the context of the losses that Trinity College East has had. They've lost to Naparima, who we think will be there and thereabouts, and they've also had a loss to the St. Benedict's College, two teams that I believe will challenge for the trophy. I think this is their coming out party, Trinity College East. I think this is the game where they will start to express themselves. As you rightfully mentioned, they would have had that victory against San North, so the confidence is high.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to look at them as much as my good friend Liu Chin, who looked at every single match, by the way. But a school founded recently by that standard, 2001, wearing the Welcome to the city that doesn't sleep. Forget all rumors about any other city. Arima is where it's at. The home of this fixture, Malick Secondary versus Trinity East. Big clash here in the SSFL. Hello everyone, my name is James Saunders. Brent Sancho joins me in commentary as we visit the iconic venue where we get our first pictures of the teams that will battle it out for supremacy today. Trinity East Zone Intercol winners back in 2002, just 2 years ago. Well, they're languishing just 3 points after 4 so far against a Malick team who have surpassed expectations somewhat in fourth, 8 points after 4 matches. So the referees leading out the charges. Malick will wear the customary blue. Trinity East will wear the yellow as I bring in Brent Sancho. But before that, CJ O'Brien, he leads the cast of referees with Keston Agard, Comey Nicholas, and Justin Koo, the men that will direct traffic and perhaps keep calm on the pitch. Complimentaries as the teams meet. We'll take the opportunity to introduce you to the cast. Well, we start with Worrell in goal, and you go further down, Duncan. He scored in the 1-0 draw against Arima North last week, and Bartholomew, they would be among the important players, while Anthony Bartholomew is the coach.
We'll expect Malick to play in this 4-2-3-1 system. Homan Duncan has been provided with the task of shielding that back four. Daly, Seals, and informed Manswell will be the ones tasked with scoring the goals.
And right next door, Trinity East, school that has excelled academically. We'll hope to add football to that as well. And they've got Pollard in goal. Plaza, he's got national experience in there. Ignatius will assist. Emmerich Barnwell will lead the line in attack. Dwayne Davis is the coach.
Well, they set up in a 3-5-2 formation. Plaza and Coral playing in that pivot role. Diaz up front. Prince and Barnwell to provide the width.
All right, so the introductions and some prayer, perhaps. The man from Malick, one of the most storied schools in secondary school football. Of course, Brent can tell you a lot about that, having been a past student.
Yeah, certainly. When you talk about trophies and production of national team players, it's very difficult to look past a Malick secondary team. I will certainly not, James, try to name all of those national players that would have passed through Malick secondary. I will even go as far as to suggest possibly that they probably produced the most national team players out of any other school. Maybe Mokarapo is up there with them, and Naparima College for that matter.
Yeah, so much to dig through. All right, let's look at Malick, the skipper. Much expectations on his tiny shoulders, leading out his cast to uphold that school reputation. Well, tell you what, no time to wait. It's kickoff. And Malick will have first touch on a very grassy Arima Velodrome pitch. As grassy perhaps as I've seen it in recent time.
Ball boy, come back please, you're too close. Come back.
Oh, that's well won back by Trinity. Of course, it's a pretty young school. Just 23 years ago, this school was started. And already among the titles, Jaheim Poston, one of their more famous past students, so far moved on. Sanwan Jablati. They've made a couple changes. Malick secondary, big one in particular. Bartholomew has followed his father, moved across the Malick secondary. Of course, you might have remembered him last season at San Juan. Well, might run himself in trouble here. And the big boot of the defender. Well, Appeals everywhere. CJ O'Brien not interested. And finally, Malick will scramble it clear. It's been ruffled somewhat, didn't panic. And now it's Trinity East. The panic as the surging run is eventually ended.
Tell you what, I thought for a second there he was going to go all the way. It's not a bad stop defensively. Lively start to this game, James.
So it will be a throw. No.
Another look at it there. It's a better angle here. The shot comes in. Yes, the hand was slightly away from the body. The question is, was it far enough away to judge it to be in an unnatural position? Seems to be a topic of conversation. We've had that similar situation in the game we last broadcast in the St. Mary's versus Signal Hill, where a penalty was awarded. And there were question marks in terms of that. Here's a dangerous situation here.
Oh, almost took it down well.
Another one again.
Another appeal.
Tell you what, James.
Not again.
Yeah. And that one I would have to agree with referee O'Brien. It's been such a hot conversation, this natural and unnatural position. Certainly a conversation, James, that we didn't have when we played.
No, it's either you handled it or you didn't handle it. Intentional versus unintentional.
Correct.
Here's one to Cheese. Will be dealt with effectively by the defense. No, they're still coming. Trinity East lost the early few minutes of possession. Again denied. And again, maybe another counter-attack in the making.
It's a good ball.
Oh, we'll have the pace to get in behind, but can he keep it in?
Yeah. Here's another look at that handball, James. It's a very close proximity. Makes it on the chest. I tell you, looking at his hand coming, yeah, it was tucked to his side. And it's very good in terms of understanding where he was in the box. Immediately, hand went behind his back. I think that's what most coaches would tell any player that's defending in the box. Make sure your hand is in a natural position. He certainly did that. Here comes Trinity College East again.
Yeah, sloppy giveaway. And this time, couldn't get it through the middle. And again, they favored that left side. This time the ball not doing justice to the counter. And maybe now they will get a set piece. They have threatened in spurts Malick primarily off the counter-attack. This time they will have a set piece, time to gather their thoughts. Zaya Ramkisoon, one, was pulled up. And oh, it's quite a long distance out, even for Jordan Ferdinand. Might be betting his pennies that he can't strike after looking at some of the goal moments we saw in the build-up.
I think if he can get this on frame, it's a good start. And probably make that man Worrell in goal do at least some sort of work.
Yes, Jordan Ferdinand. Well,
and James, you just have to look at the run-up. And once you shooting from that sort of distance, obviously you have to have the right pace on it, and when you're taking a free kick, you have to have the right direction in it. None of it came to fruition, and a lot of it was down to his approach to the football. Just had his leaning back and all the things that you don't want to do when you're trying to strike a ball and keep it on target and try to get pace with it.
Again, the Malick defense involved, and this time it's sent out for a throw. Well, they're all tussling. Legal challenge, says O'Brien. Can the blue shirts intercept? Well, not finding space, but maybe now they can find some space to run into. It's got time in the center. Well, can he get on over? Didn't have the required power, and the chance is gone.
Looked like Manswell coming in on that. Actually, that's Keston Singh.
Well, how about now? Space opening up. Wants to get a shot. And that's well defended. Well, they're certainly knocking. And the knocks are getting louder, Trinity East.
Yeah, it is. And they're starting to get a couple looks in on goal. Just felt for a moment there, if it wasn't for the defensive nous of Bartholomew, that could have been a shot on frame that Marion Worrell would have had to worry about.
Well, this time the keeper's there first and early. Marion Worrell.
They've been living a little bit dangerously on top of their box and in and around their goal area. Malick secondary, half clearances, splicing of the ball, and just a bit of a lack of communication overall. They have to clean that up. They really don't want to give this Trinity College East team any sort of opportunities.
Oh, this was intended to be floated in. Barely left the ground, and Trinity East can escape. It's been well hassled, that's well defended. Given right back to the men in yellow. Well, he's found a lane of space now. Crowded out by blue shirts. But he's done exceptionally well to try to hold on to possession. They still keep at Trinity East. And now, room out wide. Well, they've done well to keep possession. Can they punch a way through? He's got options wide. This time he's gone to the center, and the goalkeeper will allow that to pass harmlessly over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, and there was a couple flashes of moments there where Trinity College East started to put things together. Eventually came out to this left-hand side, where the shot there by Barnwell traveled over the bar. Probably would have been better suited with other options that was there for him. Instead, he decided to have a dig, and it sailed over the bar.
Malick pounding this into the area. And, well, might still get a second bite this time. Well, they're lining it up, and that's it's got the big boot treatment. Not bad weather here in Arima. As Malick tried to create some thunder. Well, a bubble. And the old Hatters. Well, he's still going. And maybe now they can carve open an opportunity. And, well, the opportunity went just as quickly as it came.
Yeah. And just really needed to wrap his foot around that one. Got himself into the right position. Young Antonio Silly. But wasn't able to sort of shaping on the cross to get it over.
So not bad weather here in Arima. This match, of course, starting just a few minutes behind most of the other fixtures. Well, look at this. Cut out.
That's really good skill. It's unfortunate there.
Just a sprinkling of rain we had prior to this match. Some of the fixtures, in particular, St. Anthony's against St. Augustine. Well, I heard torrential rain there. And a waterlogged field prevented that match. And St. Anthony's and St. Benedict's, that match has been forfeited. Well, it's been postponed for that matter. Good weather here, and good skill as well to get past his man. We'll have a goal kick this time. Really is really lush green conditions here in Arima, Brent. When was the last time you saw it looking like this?
Well, yeah, it's wondering myself what happened. Because we've seen this facility and bone-hard conditions during the TTPFL, and of course some of the secondary school games that we've covered. Loads of ball patches. Of course, we did this in Benedict's game against Arima North here in this very venue, and it did look lush and green, and it's maintained it, and it's doing well for Malick, because here they come.
Well, here's the lush blue of Malick. Open door. Well, couldn't get through it. Well defended. And they still might have to do some more work. They eventually do get it away. And then maybe now couldn't find Barnwell. And Malick will come knocking again. Finding some rhythm now, Malick.
It's a good pass. That's a good touch.
So you intended that, but maybe you can't intend to get a goal. Couldn't. Chance though.
Yeah, and it sat up well for Ronaldinho Richards. Just really needed to maybe open himself up a bit and try to place it with the inside of his right foot instead of using the shoelaces, which is a much more difficult skill, and difficult in the sense of being able to control exactly where you want to place the football. It was a good run, good first touch by Richards. Just really and truly just needed to compose, and didn't happen, but here he is again. That's a poor touch.
Well, flag stayed down, and well, did get good contact on the strike, couldn't get the direction though. And well, out of nothing, Malick seemed to have found their rhythm.
And in both opportunities, they're falling for Richards. I just felt if he'd allowed the ball to run across him in that instance there, instead of taking the touch with the right foot, he would have been in on goal. Instead, he went backwards instead of forward.
Well, how will Trinity
Oh, that's
respond?
late. That's very late.
Oh, heavy collision. He's back on his feet just as quickly as he went down. It's a big boy. Captain, of course, of Trinity East.
Well, it was a meeting of two captains, Bartholomew colliding. And no real malicious intent. Went for the ball, all eyes on the ball. This was late with getting to the ball.
Ishon Plaza, of course, with some international experience, just about 4 youth caps.
It's a good pass. It's a good touch.
He's got space to run into.
Got to swing the left foot.
How does it look?
I tell you what.
Has he found the side netting? He has found the side netting.
Yeah, and it just looked like a player that didn't want to use his left foot because he had the opportunity. Great first touch here by Manswell. I think once he got into that sort of area, James, he just really needed to have a go with the left foot and try to at least place it on frame. Didn't do that. And at the end, ran out of real estate. And if I'm starting to ask questions now, this Malick team.
Oh, that's good skill.
Can't give it away there.
Second chance for Trinity East. Oh, that's good defending. Getting his body between the ball and the man.
Yeah, he's done well. I am Homer.
So we've gone past just inside 15 minutes. No goals yet between these teams. Of course, Malick will be one of the unbeaten teams in this tournament. 2 wins, 2 draws, including their last match against Arima North. Santi Duncan, it's Heather. Scrambled a point for them against Arima North. Trinity East, though, just 1 win for them. You look at the type of fixtures and games that they've played. St. Benedict's College, Naparima, among the teams they've faced, and among the teams that many expect to be title contenders. So perhaps today's match might be a good indication of where they are. Just losing matches by 1 goal, as Liu Chin pointed out in the build-up. It's a good test for both teams. Well, took his time to put that throw in, and it only found the yellow shirt. And it will be a throw. Probably missed that one. Sure, that's not what he intended. And a bad giveaway. The blue shirts come forward. Just flowing forward easily. Couldn't find his partner last time, and well, they'll advise to play a trick in the middle of the park, giving away possession. Oh, it's really involved now, and he has the way through. Well, he's gone past the goalkeeper, who gets it on the second bite. That was the chance of the match.
And young Antonio Sealy being sent through there by Ronaldinho Richards. Really and truly, just an ounce more belief there from Sealy, and he may have gotten in, because I thought he did everything right, James.
Certainly has. James Homer has really gotten into this match as well. Done well at winning possession and getting it back to his teammates in critical areas.
Well, you have to say, with the likes of Richards and Homer, and ably assisted by Sealy and Manswell, they do provide a threat going forward, Malick.
Oh, he's found some space out wide. Just one to aim at, maybe two. Oh. Flag stays down as Trinity East keeps it alive. And that's well won by Malick, who will try to attack, and oh, this one is easily snuffed out. Sean Bailey's touch just a bit too heavy.
But both teams have had glimpses at their respective goals. Just possibly a bit more quality may present them with that all-important opportunity. This might be it here.
Oh, he's done well, 1v1. Support arriving, doesn't need it. Oh, maybe now he does, as this pass just takes his man away from goal. He's got another good opportunity and good skill. Oh, look at him go. Couldn't beat the third defender. Certainly dazzled the eye for a second, though.
Yeah, I think he even dazzled himself, because he looked a bit surprised to find himself on the other end of it.
Oh, we'll have a second bite.
Yeah, this is just too easy from a Malick perspective.
Steely.
That's good football.
Oh, pushing forward now. At pace, Malick secondary.
Yeah, it's a good ball.
Oh, too heavy.
A little bit too much here. And again, James, a difficult pass. Trying to use the instep instead of just guiding it with the inside of the foot. That instep pass, or even when you try to place anything with it, is always a difficult skill. And to get the right weight on a pass using the instep is probably one of the more difficult skills in football. And in that instance there, it just needed a good weighted pass, and it didn't happen.
Singh. Oh, they do manage to keep possession. Just slightly, Malick. Oh, look at that for a touch. Butter toes. Needs a bit more width, or maybe not. Needed a better pass, though.
And another instance there where the weighted pass let down the attack. That's poor judgment. They could be in here.
Well, they're certainly finding a lot of space and joy out on that right side. Trinity. Not finding the right passes after that, though, like it was just demonstrated.
The game's become a bit stretched. Both teams are leaving huge gaps in the middle of the park as they both search for that opening goal. But it certainly has been entertaining. They are trying to do the right things from an attacking perspective, and they have shown some shortcomings from a defensive perspective.
Oh, found a good position now.
Like that, poor defender.
Man. Chance to score. Oh, solid fist from the goalkeeper. Keeps them out.
And you just have to stand your man up there, James, as a defender. Can't afford to be beaten so easily, and that's not the first time that's happened from a Malick perspective. But here they come offensively.
It's opening up on the other end now. Malick attacking with 4v4. Well, take one out of picture.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a hand stretching as well.
Yeah, did take a deflection there. It's a corner. I was just wondering if it came off the hands.
Yes, we take a look at the Trinity College. That's just rash defending. Got into that instance there. It's the right decision, but the wrong height. Comfortable height for the goalkeeper eventually. Chances coming on both ends of the field. Starting to feel, James, that we're getting closer to opener.
Oh, he's lining this one up. Sealy couldn't find a teammate. Nobody in the blue shirt.
Tell you what, another call for a handball.
Oh, look at this now. He's screen past his man, and this time the goalkeeper gobbles up quite easily.
Yeah, gets into the goal area. Just probably need a little bit of composure to get it on target. And Chaim Homer wasn't able to do that. And as you take a look at the possession percentages, 48% for Malick and 52% for Trinity College East. And that could have gone either way, and I would have been happy with it because it's been that type of game. Both teams have been really going at it, and pass completion, 41% and 54%, and that's a poor pass.
An example of that has been 50-50 really. It's just half of the passes attempted, completed. Just feel that that's the story of this match, as is demonstrated yet again.
Yeah. It's probably the fifth or sixth time we've had the conversation about type of pass and weight of pass. And of course, choice of pass. And it's really the reason why I believe this game is still at 0-0. Oh, good touch.
Takes him into space, and well, just a bit too heavy in the end. Did mention that it is lush green surface, but it just a bit height on some parts in terms of grass. Just see the weight of some of the passes just a bit off, as the players don't seem to acclimatize well just yet.
That's a good step.
Oh, it's Fong's space now, 1v1.
You need the numbers, Malick.
And another heavy touch, another good tackle.
Yeah, just needed to probably take his time there a bit.
Well, it's done really well down.
Yeah, it's
the
a good
door
ball.
now. Support is underway.
There's only one player in the box. Is he going to have a go? No, why not? Wasn't far off. Ronaldinho Richards. Did look a bit of a challenging angle for Richards. Nevertheless, he took it on. And he wasn't far away from the back post. Did have young Pollard in goal on his P's and Q's. And that just fizzed wide. They're certainly not shy offensively, Malick.
Oh, this time his touch deserts him. Ronaldinho Richards allows Trinity East to come forward. Well, they must say they have come forward with some ease. Trinity East, while they have attacked well, Malick, they have offered spaces at the back.
And the spaces that they're offering, it seems to be on their left-hand side, and Trinity College's East right-hand side. A lot of it's down to the fact that Manswell is playing quite high up the park. He's not offered himself defensively to support his captain in Keston Singh. He's really left him there all alone for the majority of the game.
Oh, he's looking for room.
Tough. That's a very heavy first touch.
His eyes on goal, just his touch getting the better of him. Oh, you got another opportunity now. Well cut out.
That's a handball.
This time spotted by C.J. O'Brien. C.J. O'Brien, one of the young referees here in Trinidad and Tobago. making a name for himself.
So recently, James, Crystal Sobers plying her trade in the JPL in Jamaica. It's always good to see our referees. Of course, they've had stints in the CONCACAF Club Championship and as well in some of the CONCACAF tournaments we've had recently, as well as the CFU tournaments. And back in the day, we used to have 1 or 2 officials. Now we have 4 and 5, which is a great indication. Of course, Caleb Wales sharing the spotlight in the World Cup of last. That's a good sign for our referees.
Can they attempt to?
And they keep looking for that pass over the top.
And find a way through. Trinity getting a bit more space now. Just need a bit more rhythm, perhaps, you feel, in building up.
They've had 1 or 2 scenarios where they've had this sort of build-up, but they've not really had a good end product.
Oh, look at this.
That's not a bad end product at all.
Got a big pour down in time, and perhaps their best chance of the opening 28 minutes.
Like Kaleem Prince there with the strike. Of course, we're hearing reports out of Mokarapa Road. Fatima College leading San Juan North by 1-0. When you look at some of these results for San Juan North, you won't be a bit surprised as to the fact that they haven't had string together a couple of victories. Here goes the shot. It's a bad strike. It's well defended.
Well, there's a whistle as a player remained down, and he will get some achievement. Xavier Maricho. He's back on his feet quickly. It's the second time we've seen him and Kaleem Prince box back up after heavy challenges.
Yeah. Well, he was given the benefit of the doubt, and certainly the whistle brought a bit of medical relief for him as well, because he was right back on his feet.
Well, the game has slowed down considerably from the start. We've seen end-to-end stuff. Trinity East opening few minutes. Malick after that.
And that man there in your picture, Manswell, 4 goals so far this season. Leading talisman for Malick. He's been asked to provide the width, but as we've seen so far in this fixture, he certainly has the capabilities of coming inside and trying to create his own goal-scoring opportunities. He's been successful in other games, hence the reason he has 4 goals, and he certainly has the appetite in this one.
Oh, how many times has he won that battle today? How many times have we seen chances go begging? Goalkeeper getting a touch this time.
The ball whizzed across the park there. And looking for Manswell again. Just couldn't get it out from under his feet. Oh. It's been adjudged offside.
Well, a pretty quiet atmosphere here in Arima as well. Not a large turnout. Of course, Malick without a home ground meant that this game played a couple of miles away from where they're located. Just east of the capital, Port of Spain. Oh, he's got some space here. This time he's sent back. They will have to reset, come again. Just trying to change the point of the attack, and well, he's done really well.
Very, very well.
Keep it in.
And then a big diag back across the field.
Well, it's almost like volleyball we're looking at as ball switches ends again. Oh, can they find a way through this time? He's got two in the center, and only from the feet of the defender. Maybe from distance.
Nah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Just didn't give himself a good enough of a first touch to set up the shot. This always looked like the ball was still very much under him as we have a look at the Trinity College East coaching staff, as we have a look at the results so far. Queen's Royal College 0-0 with St. Mary's. Queen's Royal College would be desperate to get 3 points. Naparima College in that all-important clash against Arima North Secondary, they're up 1-0. And Miracle Ministries holding their own down in central Trinidad against East Mucurapo. Of course, this fixture here is still at 0 apiece between Malick Secondary and Trinity College East. And as we mentioned, down at Mucurapo Road, Fatima College leading 1-0 against San Juan North Secondary. Both teams needing points, certainly, but here comes Malick. That's a tough first touch. Can he redeem himself? He's got to make contact there, James. Made the run.
Will be a throw. Malick have carved open. It's fair to say a couple chances as the match has rolled on. Scored 10 goals so far this season. Malick on the other end of the field where they've let in 6. It's their biggest problem. Yet still they're unbeaten, and well, couldn't beat the referee's whistle there. C.J. O'Brien will have a talking to as the ball was just kicked away.
Well, we had a famous situation in the Premiership over the weekend where Leonardo Trossard of Arsenal kicked the ball away after his challenge and received a second yellow card and was eventually sent off. I was curious to see if O'Brien would have obliged with the card.
A lot more lenient.
Yeah. Well, it really does come down to, of course, the various leagues, and sometimes the referees of those respective leagues may come together and may want to, of course, pinpoint one or two things that they would like to eradicate from the game. Time wasting is one of them in the EPL. So we just had a look at the Malick secondary bench.
Gone past the half-hour mark. 10 minutes plus remaining in the first half. No goals yet between Malick Secondary, Trinity East. Oh, it's come really deep. Barnwell.
And again, 1v1 with Singh. Manswell is really not, doesn't even seem interested in playing defense.
This time it's nicked away from him. And they will attack to the left side this time. Needs a good touch. Oh, it's done well to get around his man.
Done very well.
And he finds space, maybe for a shot. He does. And well held by the goalkeeper. Had his eyes on it all the way.
They're not the best of kicks, so.
No, it's not going to win that foot race. Has found space and joy out on that side, not this time. Stand by the defender, reading the situation really well, Kaleem Prince. Maybe now he can weave his way. It's magic, it's worked well. And the goalkeeper's boot, denying him entry at the first post.
I'll talk about an unconventional save. Pollard sticking out the right boot, and Manswell there again showing his potential scoring potency weaving his way through traffic. Could have probably done a little bit better with the finish. That's a good corner.
It's all service. Finds the head of a Trinity.
Yeah, that's wide. And that's left them short at the back, and they have to be very careful.
Trinity East could get in here, straight through the middle.
Good touch.
They found a way in. Can they make it 1-0? They can.
Yeah.
And that is the opening goal of the match. Trinity East have found a way in, and it's Xavier Marichaux that puts them 1-0 up. So Kaleem Prince getting the opening item, left all alone through the center. And well, look at them, they're happy, smiles on the faces.
Well, it started with the error by the captain Singh, who kicked here, but I think nothing away there from the finish by Kaleem Prince. As cool as you like, kept his composure and placed that ball into the back of the net. Terrific finish there by Prince. And put Trinity College East ahead by 1-0 against Malick Secondary. They'd be very disappointed, James, in the manner in which they've given away the goal. Really wasn't called for. There's another sloppy bit of play. Very sloppy. That's a good challenge. Oh, I tell you what.
Well, could have an opportunity to go even 1 goal further ahead. As CJ Marichaux has pointed to the spot, he's seen enough. Thought that the defender might have gotten a piece of the attacker. And Anderson Barnwell, well, great opportunity to put them 2-0 up.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought it was clean enough for a challenge. Always risky when you go to ground in the box. And in that instance there, Coach Bartholomew is probably wondering what is going on, because for a lot of the first half, Malick seemed well in touch with this football game, and all of a sudden they're faced with a situation where they can go 2 goals down. Himself in an interesting position. Trinity East, that's a good penalty, and it's a good finish. It's 2-0. And all of a sudden, James, Malick has become unstuck.
Well, I wondered whether or not those chances might have hurt them. They got earlier Malick Secondary. On the blink of an eye, they're 2-0 down.
Yeah, good penalty by Dexter Coral. Steps up and places it to the right of goalkeeper Omarion Worrell, and just didn't give young Worrell in goal any chance there of getting his hands on it. And of course, this game that seemed evenly poised, all of a sudden has become very lopsided.
Oh, he did mention this might have been the big test, and but it certainly proved to be that. Well, they'll be tested again here.
They can't afford to go 3 down, Malick.
Well, he's got space and 2 bodies inside the area. Well, he does find one of them. Didn't get sufficient touch, though. This time, Malick will come away with it. Seeley searching.
Lucky handed.
And yeah, did get a touch on it. Will be pulled back. Well, dice has certainly ruled against them. Malick Secondary. One time we banging on the door of Trinity East. The next time they've let goals in. To mention that they scored 10, conceded 6. Well, they've added 2 more to that. Now conceded 8 goals. Their 5th match played. Seeley just lost his footing there as he got on the end of that one. And well, it now seems like the alarm bells are going off in the Malick camp.
Yeah, and they've completely lost their composure here. They just really need to get back into that rhythm that they had around the mid-phase of the first half. A lot of erratic swinging of the foot and erratic decisions for that matter.
He's found some space for himself.
Yeah,
And,
they've tried a couple of times, James, with that long. Oh boy, I tell you what.
Oh, talk about giving a gift. Almost did exactly that.
Yeah. He can smile now, but I can tell you what, he wasn't smiling a couple seconds ago.
And well, ensure that this is defended. And don't forget, you can get all the action on the SportsMax app. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play to enjoy all of the action and news from the league anytime, anywhere. And of course, you can stay connected as well to the ISA schoolboy football by downloading the SportsMax app. Get it today. Oh, that's not a good throw, and it will be retaken. Trinity East leading by 2-0 against Malick's secondary. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this match.
Looks like Arima have replied in that game against Naprima. It's now 1 apiece, a goal by Christian Gomez. And East Mokarapo, they're 1-0 ahead at, this is a chance, that's a goal.
Oh, that could be 3.
I tell you what.
Just missed the mark though. Was left all alone after the loose pass. And couldn't hit the target this time.
Yeah, and again, the Malick defense at 6 is at 7. It's another straightforward pass, just right through the defense. No sort of communication. Really and truly, you wonder if that chance could have ended up into the back of the net. Didn't in that instance. I just think as much as it's important to Malick to try to cut this deficit, I think it's more important that they don't concede again, James.
Well, maybe now they can get a sight in, well defended by Trinity.
Yeah, they've done that well. Look again, look at this 2v2.
They're finding space now. And, well, they're bolting forward. They want another one, Trinity East. Well, he's done well to get in behind. Can he pick out his man? Just losing his footing there. Well, clever. Needs a good service now. He's found his man. Can he get a good touch? Well, he got the opposite of that.
Yeah, and he should have done better. I think his anticipation there was poor.
Malick trying to get away with it. He's done really well. Stay on his feet.
That's good skill.
And Duncan gets it inside. Ball finds space out wide now.
Yeah, it's well defended. And they've become wise, the Trinity College East. They're aware that Manswell is keeping his width and is also not doing his defensive duties. They've made sure that when he does receive the ball, there's always a yellow shirt in attendance.
Oh, that's a poor pass. Picked out by Malick. And with just about 2 minutes of time added. Well, still enough time to perhaps get something on the scoreboard now, Malick. And, well, almost gave up on it. And
yeah, he shouldn't have, because
back with the goalkeeper. Seen one big error from him so far. Almost allowed Malick to get back in the contest.
that's not a bad idea.
So the clock ticking down. Almost a minute gone of the 2 that has been added. Trinity East, of course, will be looking to hold on to this lead going into the halftime. Taking their chances really well in this match. That's out by Seeley. Oh, give away possession cheaply. Trinity, two numbers forward. And, just too much steam on that one. No handball. Well, didn't make the right decision and had to foul his man who was on a path to goal, Ronaldinho Richards. Just won a free kick for his team. So it's Jaheim Homer. I will stand over this one at a considerable distance out. That man Jaden Powell hasn't covered himself in glory when he was tested. So he did make that big foot save earlier on. Couldn't pass the first gate, first point of entrance. And not enough time to do anything else after that. CJ O'Brien has seen enough for the first half. And it's the boys from Trinity East who will walk away with their heads highest. Malick, lots to consider. Lots of what if rather, as they go in for the halftime talk. But it's the Trinity East boys who've done enough after 45 minutes to have the advantage here at the Arima Velodrome. It is Trinity College East 2, Malick Secondary 0. Take a break and come back with highlights.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.
Well, they call Trinity College, but they've only got 2 so far. Malick, well, they have been unable to respond as they trail by 2 goals to 0. Let's look back at some of the stuff that made us smile. Early on, Malick with the early chance. Sent that one into orbit pretty early. And later on, well, a bad pass turned into a good opportunity. And you felt that perhaps they should have been in. You're thinking about that at halftime. And then there was more. Again, finding the wrong side of the net. 3 chances going a begging for Malick secondary. And they continue to dominate. Ronaldinho Richards with the open sesame. Under the goalkeeper. Was able to recover in the end. And you felt that was just a matter of time before Malick got on the score sheet. Look at this. For a shot. And the oohs and ahs is all that it produced in the end. Just took a few chances for Trinity to wake up. From distance, first testing the ability of the goalkeeper. Did a good job there. Just getting the arm down in time to keep out that stinger. And then later on, individually, dancing feet. And again, the goalkeeper standing up to the test. Well, they were warming up. And then Malick, well, they melt down pretty much. Started with that defensive lapse. And this, right down the middle. And when you get chances like that, well, that's what you dream of. The chance to put your team ahead. That's exactly what he did that time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that was one. And a bad day became a bad afternoon because a bad tackle opened another gate. And Trinity, just like that, were 2-0 up. Well, fans, I'm sure they can tell you what they think about it. Doesn't matter for us, though, because Malick's secondary are down by 2 goals to 0, and Trinity East, well, they are smiling all the way to the bank. Let's see what the numbers tell us. And in terms of shots on target, well, Malick led that, as you saw from the highlights, 4 and 5 from Trinity East in the end. Possession, well, that doesn't matter when you're leading by 2 goals to 0, and that's what the score tells us at halftime.
Thank you very much, James. Of course, Trinity College East leading 2-0 at the half. How impressed have you been with their performance in the first half?
I'll let you go first, James.
Yeah. Well,
I know you've been impressed.
I'm impressed by the fact that they took the opportunities.
Yeah.
As we saw from the highlights, a number of chances going to Malick early in the contest, not being taken. Trinity East, well, they've been very, effective with the frugal amount of chances that they've gotten. And that's how you win football matches, by being efficient.
Yeah, I would say so. And I would like to go down the route of the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what we've seen from both teams. The good is both teams having a genuine desire to attack and of course, try to play in their respective zones and be efficient, as you rightfully said. Of course, the bad is the poor mistakes and the lack of a bit of conviction and a little bit of course, quality in the attacking third. And the ugly, from a Malick perspective, has been the goals that they've conceded. And they have been ugly with some of the goals that they conceded. Of course, one of the things that I wanted to highlight was the throw-ins. And it's not just this game, gentlemen. It's been throughout the season that we've seen it. We've seen teams having throw. Now, a throw-in is a possession. That's when you possess the football, you keep possession, you own the football. That's your possession. We've seen on a couple of occasions where teams have got into these positions with a throw-in and have made poor decisions with a throw-in. This is the bad example of a throw-in. Of course, James, I expect you to defend Lou.
Yeah, he can't.
Well, maybe
I
the
hope he
tennis
knows that
matches
this is
might
a
get better.
demonstration.
And we've seen balls being bounced into players, and of course that has made it very difficult for them to control the ball.
Yeah, that's my ball.
If James was a better defender, he probably would have come in and win the football. But what you want is a throw-in with good flight and good ability so that your player can possess the football. No chance there for James to get it, of course, in that instance. And it's not just in this game, as I said, gentlemen. We've seen it throughout the season where teams have given away possession from throw-ins. And, of course, we've seen that. And I'll go even as far as to suggest, even in the Premiership, they're throwing coaches as well that practice these things to make sure that teams keep possession. It's an integral part of the football game. It's something I'd like to see clean up throughout the season. And hopefully, with the little example that we were able to give, that is something that teams work on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, of course, more action all around Trinidad and Tobago in the SSFL. So let's take a look at some of the scores at the half.
Yeah, some surprising score, James. Of course, Queen's Royal College, they are up 1-0 against St. Mary's. That Naparima Arima North game, James, something you spoke about.
Yep, something to look at. Top of the table. And then Mukarapu 1-0 over Miracle Ministries. Is that a miracle? I'm not so sure. And of course, right here, of course, you knew that score. Trinity East 2-0 up against Malick Secondary. And another one to keep your eye on, Fatima College just leading by 1-0 against San Juan North Secondary.
And of course, that fixture, St. Anthony's College against St. Benedict's, has been postponed because of inclement weather and waterlogged pitch. Again, a team that is thriving for the front. And some teams in some intense battle. A game that we didn't mention, that Fatima College result against St. Augustine, that was a replayed fixture that Fatima won 1-0. Some slender victories, some tight games so far, just as we liked it.
Absolutely. Well, here it is Trinity College East that lead Malick Secondary 2-0. Of course, if you want to keep up with all of the action of the SSFL, download the SportsMax app, Apple, iPhone, you name it. Download the app and you can get all of the updates there. But right now, Alrima Velodrome, it is Trinity College East who lead Malick Secondary 2-0. And when we return, it'll be second half action in the SSFL.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division. SSFL Premiership Division.
Oh, welcome back to the Arima Velodrome, the home of this secondary school football league match. Trinity East College Wow, surprise. 2-0 over Malick secondary. So perhaps staring at their first defeat of the season. James Saunders is my name. Brent Sanchez alongside me as we ready ourselves for second half action. Well, those boys, well, they certainly have to get themselves ready to try to get back in the contest. Speaking of ready, look at that. Trinity East ready and waiting for the second half of this match. As I mentioned, Brent is alongside me. We'll hear his thoughts to recap what we saw in the first half in a second. As CJ O'Brien looks at his watch and he decides it is time to go. Well, not quite yet though. Here we go. Right on cue. Second half here at the Arima Velodrome. Trinity East in the yellow, Malick in the blue and white. Oh, just like the end of the first half, Trinity East clearing the pistols and having a first opportunity at goal. Liam Prince eager to add one more to the tally. Well, wasn't tested much until he was tested. Then he was beaten twice. Didn't see any fault of his. As this hoping ball is sent forward. And that will be easy for Pollard. Hasn't really convinced much in the opening 45. Perhaps a bit of nerves. Hope for a better showing in the second. How would you summarize what you saw in the first half, Brent?
Yeah, as I said, both teams certainly had the right idea in terms of trying to get forward, get numbers in and around the penalty area. They lacked a bit of quality when they got there, and certainly that didn't afford them in the early stages to really be able to get on the score sheet. I think where both coaches might be disappointed is the lack of quality that we've seen in the attacking phases from both teams. And certainly Coach Bartholomew, as another look of this infringement, Coach Bartholomew would be very disappointed in the type of goals that he's given up. Really soft goals and individual errors that has unstuck this Malick team that has been undefeated so far. They really have to do a better job of clearing up those mistakes.
Oh, here's Antonio Seeley. Has 5 blue shirts in the area. Well, nicely floated in. Couldn't find a teammate, and Trinity East will try to scramble this away. Eventually get some success, but they win back possession, Malick. And well, they almost give away possession just as quickly as we said that. Oh, running into traffic. And they've done well to hold on to it. Singh. Tyrese Manswell. Just a bit late off his mark there. Jashim Deely. Well, no pressure on the goalkeeper. And his pass is straight back at a Malick player. It's Deely. Well, good idea. Just didn't have the execution.
It's not a bad start for Malick secondary, as it looks like goalkeeper Pollard, for a minute there, it looked like he may have suffered a bit of an injury setback, but it looks like it's shoelaces untied. I hope so from a Trinity College East perspective. They really need to try to get one back as soon as possible, Malick secondary, if they want to have a chance to mount some sort of a comeback.
Again,
good
another
corner, very good
ball from Seeley. And it did come off a Malick player last. Couldn't direct it at goal.
And that's the second time now that Seeley has delivered a peach of a ball into the area. No takers though, so far. Really those, but Malick has started to press a little bit higher up the park. Certainly a sign of the intentions of this in this second half. They're down by 2 goals, so
well, took a risk and
still taking a risk.
well, run himself in trouble.
Yeah, he's very lucky.
Just managed to wiggle his way out now, and Well, they're finding space.
That's a good ball.
And too heavy from Deshaun, well, not Deshaun Daly, but rather Tyrese Manswell.
And maybe there, Manswell just had to follow the flight of the ball. Didn't do that. Well, they're throwing numbers forward, Malick, already. Early doors into the second half, as we've seen. It might be a bit of an injury concern from the Trinity College East perspective.
Yeah, man down just out of your free.
And there's a substitution being prepared by
so it will be Deshaun Daly. Deshaun Daly, the attacker, who, well, seems to be heading off. It doesn't seem to be injured or anything, Daly. And, well, set to be replaced as Thomas comes in.
Yeah, it looks like Manswell has been asked to play as the lone striker. Maybe a shift in the way they do things, but really in concern, really and truly the concern is this current situation. Like there may be a little bit of an awkward stretch or awkward bit of movement there that have left Emirates in a spot of bother. Jonathan Emirates, the player down. And it's still stretching. It's never a good sign when a player continues to stretch like that, James.
Yeah, he's back on his feet, just out of frame. This play continues.
I can tell you from a player that has had a lot of, like this could be a chance.
Well, found the back of a player. Second bite, couldn't dig his teeth in. And the third bite. Well,
deflected.
Won a corner though.
I was about to say, as a player that's had his fair share of muscular injuries, you could stretch all you like. It's not going to go anywhere when it happens. But it's a torn or a strain. That was a chance. It looked like they were teeing up for a moment there, Malick secondary players. I'm sure Coach Bartholomew there in your picture is going to be happy with the start so far. That's another good ball. Tell you what, that's well defended.
Well,
and that is a difficult skill.
Yeah, it's worth the effort.
Yeah.
But, as he found out, it takes a lot more than just wanting to do it. Ronaldinho Richards.
Yeah, it's certainly worth the effort. But when you're in those sorts of situations, James, you kind of want to take off the power and go for direction. And I think because he had such a big swing, didn't allow him to have the direction he would have needed.
Well, Malick's secondary, currently fourth on the standings. 8 points after 4 matches. Coming into this match, Trinity East to 11th. Of course, our 16 teams in this competition, table led by Fatima, followed by St. Benedict's and Arima North. Just 3 points to Trinity East. 2 goals today certainly put them in a position to gain another 3 points. Unless, of course, tides change in the next few minutes. Well, it's gone down again, and another player stretching.
That's a good run there. Can he finish? Oh my goodness. That was a chance.
Well, again, they found a way in, and again, they found a way not to put it in the back of the net. Have a look.
And it's a delightful run by Manswell. I tell you what, James, certainly Homer should have finished that. Tried to tuck it in with his right foot. I probably would have liked to seen him use his left foot and get over the ball, get his body over the ball. Wasn't able to do that. And easily their best chance of the game so far, and really a chance that they needed to get back into this football game. Just went to begging. What a huge opportunity. Exactly what you want from Manswell. He's done everything right. And he just needed Homer to provide the finishing touches.
Well, they'll come again here. Oh, clever feet.
He's got to deliver.
Some space now. He's Can't get past his man who got a touch on it.
That could be a foul, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he will get the referee's help.
Yeah, and it's the right call, because there's nothing wrong with, of course, trying to go shoulder to shoulder, but when you're doing that to be through the player's back, it's always going to be called a foul.
Oh, Sealy has been good from this sort of position. He's delivered some good set pieces in the second half. Another opportunity to pick out one of his teammates. Oh, this time just over the head. And, well, couldn't spin it wrong in time, but Sealy.
That's not a bad idea.
Not about the ball in the area. And this time it will be bundled away. Trinity East have not been convincing defensively, as another whistle is gone. And he will require some treatment, most certainly. Jordan Ferdinand.
Looks like another substitution. George comes on for Silly.
So it's a second change we've seen from Malick so far, none from Trinity East yet. And this is what happened.
Yeah, it looks like a collision.
Yeah, just a knock to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Don't think it was malicious.
No, not at all. And of course, referee C.J. O'Brien is mandated to stop play. And just a bit overzealous there. A substitute, Silly.
Well, remember that face, Brent? Malachi Woodley represented Malick last season. Well, this time, not positioned as part of the coaching staff.
It's good to see from a progression point of view.
Well, they've been a bit nervy this second half, Trinity East. And, well, finally get one in a good position. He's got support inside. Well, the goalkeeper can't hold on, but he does get it on the second bite. Well, he's looked nervy as well.
That's poor. Again, poor giveaway.
He's won it in a good area. Well, thought for a second he might have gone 1v1. Opted for the Casper pass. Not quite sure who he was aiming at. And another poor distribution. Puts them under pressure.
And really, Malick has been the architects of their own demise. Yeah, and the situation here, coming on the right hand side, look at that there. Marion Worrell able to clear up his original blunder. That could have gone very, very wrong for him. And similar to the first half, where they were applying pressure and gave up a silly goal, and almost duplicated itself in the second half. When you look at this game so far, James, and obviously first time we're looking at Malick, you can see potential where they can't climb up the ladder as it relates to the standings, but you could also see situations that if they're not careful, they could slide down the ladder. And those situations are really, really careless individual errors.
Now, ball be Malick's ball. As the yellow shirts rush back to defend. It is Trinity East ball as they send numbers forward. Just taking their foot off the gas in the second half. Well, look at this. Goalkeeper is late and rescued by his defense. So that will be a corner. Oh, there's another pass player, Zachary Joseph, to the left of your screen in the white jersey. Coming out to watch his former teammates in action. Well, the goalkeeper received some treatment in the meantime. He was late coming out for that last one. And rescued by his defense. Might have taken a knock. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's a collision there with, looks like Emmett from Trinity College East, goalkeeper Ryan Worrell coming off his line, but was not able to make connection. Now, I'm looking at the bench for Malick, and I'm not sure there is a goalkeeper on the bench or a second string goalkeeper. Of course, AC Porter's been coaching as stands, but it may be a situation where an outfield player for Malick Secondary may have to put the gloves on.
Oh.
Well, that's Trinity College's East bench, and he certainly can't join the fray unless he gets a transfer of some sort. But when you look at that bench, James, tell me if you see a goalkeeper.
Yeah, no coach ever wants to come down to that. They've got to make that kind of a decision. And nobody with a glove.
Well, I'm looking at the players, and they're all kind of looking at each other like, who's going to go in?
Well, I'm also looking at the height.
Of course. They don't look like the biggest, do they?
Always look for the big guys, the taller ones, to put in goal. Been some short goalkeepers. You think of Denzel Smith, who played for Shiva Boys and now we Trinidad and Tobago national team. Not the tallest of goalkeepers.
He's done exceedingly well, Denzel Smith. Certainly the surprise package in Trinidad and Tobago football, who's really done well. And he's continued to represent this country well.
Well, decisions. That's what those guys will have to consider.
I think here they'll have to make their mind up. We do hope that Omarion Worrell survives this injury scare. It looks like he's willing to soldier on.
Oh, according to the rules, once it's not a head injury, it doesn't require. Of course, they do have to do their concussion checks. It's not a head injury. Not forced or mandated to make a change. Anthony Bartholomew, the man in charge of Malick. Well, just from his expression, you can tell it's a hard job finding solutions.
That's a good corner for an injured goalkeeper.
And this one, they didn't find one. And Trinity East have found a way through. And, well, what a way to find the net. Deshaun Plaza. Look at that. They'll dance and celebrate that at Street Hill.
Yeah, and again, there is a Stewart's inquiry at the back there for Malick, but take nothing away. Strong, brave header by the captain, Plaza, coming in unannounced, on mark, and certainly gave goalkeeper World no chance. But the danger for goalkeeper World started before, because despite 5 to 6 blue shirts in attendance, none of them had the awareness to stop or check the run of the captain, who made it. That's good skill. Well, that's a poor finish.
Into-hand stuff there. Deshaun Plaza just seemed to have a penchant for having good matches against Malick. Was named the man of the match last season when these teams met. In fact, he was the SportsMax man of the match. Man, look at that. Oh, he's made a name for himself yet again. Malick, shell-shocked in this match, haven't been able to find a way through, and they won't find one there. Have to try again. Just sense lacking width, trying to force it to a sea of 4 players ahead of him. Well, it's done well to hold on to that. He's been able to hold on to that. The score line, they haven't been able to hold on to clean sheet as another player goes down. And well, this time it's Elijah Diaz. Will require some treatment. Just looking some considerable pain there. Diaz seems to favor his right knee. And they haven't made any changes so far, but that might soon change. Trinity East. Dwayne Davis, of course, you might remember him. He's been around for quite a while. He was part of the squad that went on to win the East Zone Intercol title back in 2022. And, well, looking for more success this season. Those boys might be able to tell by the expression, but they're happy. Found 3 goals past Malick. It takes their season tally to 10 goals scored. And, well, there's that change coming. Might be the end of the evening for Elijah Diaz. And he's well applauded by his teammates and a smattering of fans around. And in will come the new man, Mawson. Mawson will be expected to push into the attacking line, Kamani Mawson. Well, instantly tested. So away by Malick. And, well, just needed more accuracy. Didn't find the intended target. To look promising when they are in possession. Malick, although they've squandered quite a few chances, defensively, where they've urged something that I spoke about at the start of the show. More than 60% of the goals they've conceded, more than 60, almost 60% of the amount of goals they've scored.
Yeah, and that is a concern. And they've made some critical individual mistakes, but also when you look at their shape defensively as well, they've left some question marks. In particular, when the ball is on one side of the pitch, the weak side defender seems to be at 6s at 7, not in line or in tune with his 2 centre-halves, and that has led for some very, very hairy situations from a Malick perspective, and really and truly have allowed Trinity College East to keep the pressure on them.
Now, Homer just said goodbye to us. Shane Burnett Mattis makes his appearance. Man from Sangre Grande in for Homer. And don't forget, you can catch all the action on the SportsMax app, downloaded today from Google Play or the Apple App Store to get in on all of the action. Secondary Schools Football League and, of course, the ISA Schoolboy Football in Jamaica. Download the SportsMax app today. Well, there's another foot race on for Malick.
Yeah.
Well defended.
And he had to be sharp, because Manswell has been looking for that sort of service since he started his stint up front. But Bacchus was very alert to the cause and understood it. That's not a bad effort, but it's shaped that way. It certainly didn't hit the target.
Did catch it cleanly, just didn't direct it well. Seen a few of those today.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those opportunities go sky high and across. And from a Malick perspective, James, they do have some good pieces within their framework in terms of what they want to do offensively. Of course, possession is 55% to them in the second half, but they really haven't been able to do anything with it as it relates to what their finished product is. 50% pass completion, 51 to Trinity College, and really that probably is a...
Are you disappointed by that pass completion?
Yeah, and because they've had a lot of possession, but they've just haven't done... We've seen a lot of this, James, in and around, but no finished product. Again, they've been bailed out there by a foul, but again, they didn't get a shot on target. And certainly with the type of quality that I believe that some of these players have individually, the cohesive side of it, or the altogether side of it, have been lacking. We haven't really seen them come together as a collective to put together an opportunity. It has all been about individual brilliance.
Well, there's an individual opportunity for Malick to force something. Well, you could see he had thoughts in his mind, but didn't paint the picture that he wanted in the end.
It was always going to be difficult, leaning back, and certainly not enough in there to hit the target.
Inside of the foot as well.
Yeah, and inside of the foot. It's always a difficult skill to try to get the ball up and down, as we know in football. Seems like Trinity College East, James, are quite comfortable in dropping off a bit and holding almost a line 2. And basically saying to Malick, come and attack.
Oh, not for a lack of trying, but they haven't really been successful. Not as cohesive as we've seen from them in patches in the first half. And Dwayne Davis, coach, just wonder what he might have said at halftime. What would you have said?
I think they would have weathered the storm. And if I was Coach Davis of Trinity College East, I think I would have been happy and congratulate them in weathering the storm, because they did give up a few opportunities in early exchanges. And I would implore them to continue to be vigilant of this Malick attacking thrust that they have, particularly with this man on the ball and his forays into the box, and not be sloppy in your challenges and give away anything.
Well, maybe now. Well, did get it on target. Didn't have the power though.
And I think more importantly, I would have said to my charges, James, that there are going to be chances afforded to you, because we've seen some erratic display by Malick defenders, which have resulted in a goal. So it may sound like a very long halftime speech, but I would have certainly tried to drive home those points if I was Coach Davis.
Oh, there's another man down for Malick. And maybe some more decisions to come from that side of the field, the bench. No real movement on the Malick bench. Just looking some pain though. It's being stretched at the moment. Maybe an indication that it might be cramp. I would hope it's not muscular. Oh, it's team down for them. They've seen some goals going for their school.
Yeah, they would be disappointed, because the outlook from the game would have suggested that Malick was just a matter of time away from scoring. Just possibly a little bit more quality, better decision making in some instances. We talked a little bit about weight of pass and those sorts of scenarios, and by the blink of the eye, James, they went 2 goals down, and I think the game ran away from them after that. As we look at some of the scores, Signal Hill 0-0, Queens Royal College, they've gone 2-0 up against St. Mary's. That's 06 players against each other, Cornell Glen at St. Mary's, and of course Kenwin Jones at Queens Royal College. Naparima 1-1 with Arima. American Ministries, they still trail East Mokorap. Of course, this scoreline is what you've seen, and now Fatima have gone 2 goals up. They're already ahead of the station. That's a handball. So that if that result holds, James, Fatima College will remain at the top of the table, going into the round of fixtures.
And if this result holds, well, tell you what, Trinity East might be making some bit of a climb.
Yeah.
And potentially get it into 7th position. Potentially, of course, that depends on other results as well.
Well, the season didn't start too brightly for them. We spoke about that in the preamble before the game. But things have certainly looked up for them.
Well, no Sealy on the field. We'll need a new kicker. Didn't find any better success though. Again, they're being shut out. And it's just easy to defend for Trinity East. Happy to allow Malick to play ahead of them.
Oh, good skill.
Not this time, he's found a way in behind. Needs a good service, and they needed a better touch to keep it in.
Yeah. And when we talk about quality in front of the goal, it's not just only a poor shot, James. It's sometimes poor decisions. It's sometimes a situation where it just doesn't work out for you.
Well, they've decided to make another swap, Trinity East. And, well, he's been asked to come off now. And that's the end of Xavier Marishaw's afternoon. And in will come Josh Gill. Josh Gill replacing Marishaw. It's another bad afternoon. Well, and they might have a better one if they can make something out of this. It's well defended.
Yeah, heavy touch.
Well,
That's a good run.
getting desperate now, Malick. Second sliding challenge. And this time, stunting the progress of Trinity East.
Yeah, and when we talk about some of Malick's defensive frailties, you'd have to throw in as well poor challenges. How many times, James, throughout this fixture we've seen Malick players just being brushed aside, missed time challenges, and just not doing what is necessary to stop the Trinity College East attack. When you start adding those little things that we've been mentioning throughout the broadcast, it does paint the 3-0 picture. And unfortunately for an undefeated Malick team thus far, they've not shown the type of quality here this afternoon that may allow them to continue that way.
Oh, Singh. And,
Oh, pass.
yeah, couldn't thread the needle.
Yeah. But there was no need to even attempt the pass because there was only one blue shirt up. That's a good ball.
It's got in the wrong now. Well defended here. Just getting his body in the way.
He's done well.
Yeah.
I told him he's done very well.
Gonna be a goal kick.
And those are the sorts of decisions by Singh that have made things challenging for Malick. Because even if he was able to connect the pass to Manswell, it would have been a 1v4 situation. Sometimes you just have to be a bit patient and recycle the football and allow the different compartments of the team to join, as we see yet another substitution for Malick.
So Malick making the fourth substitution, I believe. My count is correct. And Duncan's day is done. And in will come Millard. Emilio Millard is the new man in. Singh running into traffic. Will be a Malick through. Well, not a bad throw.
Certainly didn't look at the halftime examples.
Well,
that's too much on it. Way too much. Again, way to pass. And the reason why, James, we do the halftime examples and mention these things, it's really and truly with the hope that these youngsters can now look at this and understand that those are the things that they have to work on. And that's the hope when you do mention these sorts of things, because certainly if they can clear up some of what we've spoken about throughout this broadcast, it can help them in their continuing development in the sport. Because those are the little things that can make the difference between probably playing at the collegiate level or the professional level. Because when you're asked to make 5, 10-yard, 15-yard passes at those levels, you're expected to do it right 100% of the times. And that really is the difference from playing maybe at the lower tier football league or at the top in the Premiership.
No. Sounded firm, challenge. And Malick will get a second bite with a throw.
Let's keep an eye on this throw. Again, it's not done right. It's bounced up to the player.
It's changing the point of the attack. They've committed more bodies forward now, Malick, in search of maybe a consolation. Found his man that time. Doesn't have the support. Well, there we go. Support arriving. Didn't have the quality, the cross. It's not over yet. Or maybe now it is.
Yeah, and credit Trinity Colleges because they've been able to get yellow shirts in and around the dangerous Manswell, and even when he's not in attendance, balls coming into the box, they've been able to be first to them. And sometimes that's all you ask of your defenders. They've been very solid and well organized in that regard.
Well, he tried the dancing feet without success, and that will be Trinity's goal kick. Just sense it's about game management, so it's time to take a look at our SportsMax moment, and it is this Station Plaza. Well served and consumed with delight. Oh, how about that? Shake of a waist and a hip, and it's our SportsMax moment. Just over 8 minutes is all that remains in this match. Trinity East set to move on to 6 points. Only what should be their second win of the competition so far. And Malick looking at their unbeaten streak disappearing in front of their eyes. Lots of homework as well. Maybe homework in making the right decision as Singh again makes an error. His credit though, he's worked hard to win it back.
Yeah, atoned for that mistake. Just found himself being caught in possession on a couple occasions. Again, way to pass. Can he catch up to it?
He's done well to get there.
Yeah, and it's given him a lot more work that he probably wanted to. And it's stopped the progress of the attack.
Bodies in the area.
Got to finish here. Yeah, you know.
Oh, they're under the score sheet this time. Malick secondary. And spoke about consolation. Well, here's one for you. As Malick find a way in. Maybe too little, too late. It's a substitute, Jaquan Phillip.
Yeah, and give Phillip credit because he kept his width. And when the ball eventually came across, he was composed. And that man in the screen, may look at it as certainly a defensive blunder. But Phillip kept his width. Not the greatest of touch, but give him credit. He got the eventual shot on target. And goalkeeper Pollard vacated his goal in an attempt to try and smaller the angle down or reduce the angle. But in doing that, he gave the goal scorer a little bit more to aim at. And you're right, James, unless something miraculous happens now, it looks like a consolation goal. But here comes Malick. They don't want to hear that. They're going to try again. That's just a poor ball. There's, of course, a player available on the left-hand side. And again, it's plagued them really, that quality.
Might have said a tired pass, but Emilio Miller just came on.
Just came on the field, exactly. Well, here they come again.
Oh, it's a bad error from Trinity.
That's a good ball. Can he finish? He's got to shoot there. Really has to shoot. Trying to make the goalkeeper save.
They've come alive now, Malick, since that goal.
Yeah, that's a poor foul to give away. Trinity College East just needs to compose himself a little bit and don't get caught up in...
Oh, curious time to make a change. Trinity called for 2 more Avengers.
Yeah, and I think Coach Davis has seen enough, and he is certainly going to lock up shop here. That's certainly not a like for like in this substitution.
So he's brought in some defensive strength, and Josiah Thompson is the man in, replacing the substitute. Bernard Mattis. And Job will replace Emirates.
Oh, that's good skill. Nice thing. That's a good ball. There's no one there trying to get to the end of it. Singh's done well again with that header.
Oh, substitute to the substitute, Brent.
Yes, I think they're a little bit concerned about leaving themselves open at the back. Here comes Malick. That's speculative. I tell you what.
Kept his eyes on it though, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, they just wondered if he was actually going to go down to make the save. Eyes was on it, James, but was his body going to get there to stop it from getting into the net? And it was. A couple of anxious moments for Trinity College East, and that word game management comes into mind, and certainly dribbling out of the back is not the type of game management I'm sure Coach Davis would want to see. Just need to settle down a bit. They've been rattled by that confirmation of the scoreline. Malick Secondary 1, Trinity College East 3. Oh, terrific.
Some goodies, and can't get in behind as a goalkeeper. Gets a 2 in. A presentation college, they've just gone up 1 goal ahead of Signal Hill. That's the latest development in that match. That's leading themselves out of a further drop in the standings. Of course, they're in 7th position at the moment. Presentation college. Ball. Malick looking for a second. Oh, that's good.
That's terrific.
Very good.
What a finish. I tell you what. All of a sudden, James, we have a grandstand finish. And give Manswell credit, because he's been knocking on the door for most of this game. He was played through. Good ball by Ronaldinho Richards, and Manswell races on to goal and puts it past the hapless Pollard. And despite both defenders in pursuit, he scores it. But here comes Malick again.
Oh, they certainly have come alive. Wishful. And this time Pollard holds on.
Well, all of a sudden we were talking about a consolation goal by Malick has turned into a party starter, because with 2 minutes or so left in regulation time and whatever is added, this game is far from over.
Oh, look at that. Just 1 goal separating the teams, as you saw. And the best 2 minutes of our lives set to begin. Or the most anxious, depending on what side of the fence you're on.
Yeah. And I think if you're Coach Bartholomew and you start piecing this together, you have to wonder, how did you end up here? Really and true. Well, in the sense of being 3 goals to 2 down, from the perspective of the mistakes that Malick Secondary have made in the game. Because if you take those mistakes out of it, the equation, individual mistakes, James, this might have been a game that Malick may have enjoyed all 3 points. Really shot themselves in the foot.
Did say at the start of the broadcast that both these teams, the main issue really has been conceding goals. And you think of Dwayne Davis bringing in 2 defenders and still conceding 2 goals. You just wonder. Well, here's Manswell. Singh can't get there. Trinity East holds on to possession. Well, they're going forward.
Yeah, they just need to possess it, James. They do, and that's lucky that they got that foul. But again, game management means possessing the ball, slowing the game right down and taking the air out of it. And you have to be brave in possession.
Yeah, they're going to hold on for now.
Yeah, they're a bit nervy in doing this. They just don't look comfortable, but they have to possess the ball. Probably not in their defensive third, but certainly have to show the capabilities to do so, because if they give it away, Malick is just going to come right back at them. And you'd think, James, this game is far from over.
All eyes will be on the fourth official to see how much time he says will remain as the 90 minutes expire. That's a giveaway. And they will come at them. Trinity East.
It's a good tackle.
Shutting the door. Might be undermined. And well, they've got 6 minutes still to play.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
I wonder how Leo's heartbeat is going down there, if he's okay. Anyone in the production team, please check on Leo, make sure he's all right.
Oh, Malick. He's done really well. Can he make the right decision? He didn't.
Yeah, it's really plagued them for most of the game, making the right decision. Just keep possession here for Trinity College East.
Well, Trinity East, though, they've got a lot of space. Just needs to hit the target. Well defended.
Yeah, now the game is stretching. Here comes Malick. Really just needed to keep possession.
Switching the attempting to switch a point of attack.
They keep looking for that long ball. It's not on, because both Trinity College East wing-backs are at home. Need to possess it. Played out wide here. Again.
Oh, Ronaldinho Richards. It's been a difference maker in this match, not this time. It's been a series of bad decisions that we've seen from both teams.
Yeah. And I think from a neutral perspective, it's been entertaining. That's a good touch by Singh.
Well, decided to take them on all alone.
Tell you what.
Come on in, I thought for a moment might get a right footed shot.
Here comes the trouble, man. He's got to pass it. He's got to pass. Again, poor decision. And with two blue shirts begging for the pass. And Trinity College is really hanging on now.
Oh, anywhere will do.
Yeah. It only stops the Malick progress temporarily.
Oh, Malick.
Here comes Manuel.
Non-stop. They have been stopped this time.
That's a foul.
And they'll have a moment to breathe, Trinity East. Well, check on that, man.
Yeah.
He's relaying information to Trinity bodies.
I think he's checking his Samsung Health app, because he's seen a sudden rise in his
heart rate. This match, it's a tense contest, and man of the match deciding who that is could prove difficult, Brent.
I think if this man goes on and to score, that's a poor shot.
Just in case you're wondering what's going on elsewhere, this match did start earlier than most. KRC 2-0 over St. Mary's. Naparima and Arima 1-1. Arima, of course, drawing last week with Malick. East Mucurapo 1-0 over Miracle Ministries. And of course, you know the result in this one. They played at the moment. Trinity East still holding on. 3-2 over Malick. And Sanwo North, well, they have been taken to the cleaners by Fatima College, who will stay on top of the standings with that impressive 4-1.
I must note that those games are certainly still on and still in progress. Started after, well, I think it started close in terms of time-wise, because this game it started a bit later than advertised. So they probably get into their latter stages as well. Can Malick mount another attack? That's a good touch. There he goes.
All alone.
It's well defended. Really well defended.
No way through. Ball kick. Well, the substitute, Ignatius, was carded somewhere in Amelia prior to this. He won't mind though, once the result remains as is. Want that task of picking him out of the match, Brent?
I was just going to ask Lou whose thoughts are on the man of the match.
Prince might be among those.
Yeah.
Singh. Well, you seem to think Kaleem Prince might have been his player. Malick will look for a man of the match to perhaps rescue them if they can. Well, is this the ball? It will not be.
Pass again. It was on, James. Just the weight of pass wasn't good enough.
Just gonna feel that's the last chance they might have had.
Yeah, I think so. Really, when they look back at this, it really was all down to their own doing. I think they've won that one. Yeah.
Trinity East, well, as it stands, doing the necessary, and all eyes will be on C.J. O'Brien as we've gone past the allotted time. Now or never for Malick to get back in this contest. Just could be the last roll of the dice. Well, they found space as time continues to tick. Trinity East holding on, and might have done enough, Trinity East.
Yeah, and they've, as I said, they've done a good job in making sure Manswell has been kept quiet.
Well, time still continues. Hopeful. Look at his watch, C.J. O'Brien, but he allows play to continue. And it will not happen for Malick. Their unbeaten streak has ended. Trinity East have garnered yet another 3 points. And although it got nervy in the end, the boys from Trin City, well, they've done enough. And with some good fortune, might be able to climb up the standings. Tough ending for him, but a good result for the team on a whole, as the team Trinity East will walk away 3-2 winners over Malick Secondary here at the Arima Velodrome. Of course, in a bit we will have a replay and interview with some of the players, but 3-2 is what the scorecard says. Trinity East taking the win over Malick Secondary. Well, let's look back at the highlights and buckle up. Might be in for a ride. C.J. O'Brien got us underway. And believe it or not, it was the boys in blue had the better chances early until that happened. Defensive blunder left the door open. And in came Trinity, finding the back of the net early. And that was 1-0. The man of the match, potentially. And then that, a heavy challenge. Penalty, well converted. And Trinity East to 2 goals up. On the other end, there were some bumps and grinds and painful moments. And then that happened. Plaza finding another open window and sending them 3-0 up. Or maybe too much dancing. Left them tired here in the end, where Malick were able to sneak in. And it was a substitute finding a way through. And that cut the deficit to 3-1. And more drama was to be had, but able to find space inside. And look at this for a finish. Top class. And then you were in for a grandstand finish. Harris Manswell. Nervy moments in the end. But that was all she wrote as the score ended 3-2 in favor of Trinity East. Well, tell you what, we're going to send you across to Liu Chin.
We are here with the man of the match, Kaleem Prince. Kaleem, a goal and an assist for you today. Excellent performance. Yeah. Well, your thoughts on it, of course.
It was a hard-fought game, you know. The team come out, we played. We stuck to our game plan all throughout. Coming on the end, it was a little shaky due to the fatigue and whatnot, but I'm glad that we were able to secure the 3 points. Yeah,
well, started off the season a bit shaky with some losses, but now 2 wins on the bounce. What's the confidence of the team?
Confidence sky high right now. We just had to stick to our game plan, stay confident, and the other teams can pay.
Well, absolutely. Kaleem, great game, and all the best for the rest of the season. James Saunders has the stats.
Grinds in this match. There were 16 fouls in total, 11 coming from Trinity. And possession, not quite even, really much. And then there's that new category, runs into the box. And Malick head and shoulders above Trinity with that. Maybe the coaches might be able to put those numbers into words. Brent Sancho standing by with Coach Bartholomew.
Thank you very much, James. I'm now with Coach Bartholomew. Obviously a disappointing result. At 2-0 down at the halfway mark, what was some of the conversations in the dressing room?
Well, none of us was expecting this, but it happened. All we had was to say, dust your pants, they win the first half, then we go out for the second half and play all the football that we're not playing. And this was why it ended up.
Well, you saw a reaction in your team, eventually getting 2 goals back. What are some of the key points or key factors or some good points that come out of this game that you can take into your next fixture?
I think letting the players who come on to know that they've been training.
Right.
That is why they were benched.
Understood, Coach.
So we didn't have the starting team actually. There had 3 men on the bench from the starting team and 1 home sick. So what happened? They didn't come training. So we decided put them on the bench, discipline first, to make the sacrifice. So when they come on, you see a change in the play.
Thank you very much, Coach. Certainly all the best in the future games that you have.
No problem.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Davis, a little bit nervy at the end, obviously. Comfortable for the second half when you were 3-0 up. What is your assessment of the 90 minutes plus?
I think we came out in the first half and we did what we wanted to do, kept them at bay, created some chances, went into the half 2-0 up, went 3-0 up, and I think the game management at that point was a little off. I think the guys showed a little inexperience in trying to continue bombing forward instead of solidifying the lead that they had.
Well, of course, it's now 2 wins on the trot for you. Any individual performances that should be credited or mentioned here today?
I don't want to say it's an individual. I think it's a team. The team is playing together and they working for each other. And once we continue doing that, good things will come.
Thank you very much, Coach, and all the best.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Brent. Of course, Trinity College East 3-2 victors over Malick Secondary. A wonderful encounter here at the Arima Velodrome and a big win for the Blue Hawks, of course. And well, if you want to continue seeing your goals being broadcast on SportsMax, don't forget to send all of your videos of goals across pitches in Trinidad and Tobago to ssflgoalcam@gmail.com. That's ssflgoalcam@gmail.com. Send it in and we'll broadcast them as the games come by. And of course, we do have more action for you on Saturday. Huge matches. Arima North Secondary, they take on Queens Royal College. East Mukarapo Secondary against Presentation. Fatima take on St. Mary's College. Naparima College against St. Anthony. Sawa North, they take on Miracle Ministries. Speyside Secondary, Trinity College East, of course. Sawa Secondary and Miracle Ministries will be broadcast on SportsMax on Saturday as well. St. Augustine Secondary, they take on Signal Hill. and Malick Secondary, they take on St. Benedict's College in round 6 of the SSFL. And over in Jamaica, of course, we have Issa Schoolboy Football. It's Port Antonio, they take on Titchfield at Carter Park this Saturday, 28th of September, 3 p.m. kickoff Jamaica time and 4 p.m. Eastern. Well, that's all the action that we have for you here from the Arima Velodrome. It is Trinity College East who have defeated Malick Secondary 3-2 in a 5-goal thriller here in the east of Trinidad and Tobago. Big win for the boys from Trin City. And that's all that we have for you. On behalf of myself, Liu Chin, and the entire broadcasting team here at SportsMax, we do thank you for viewing with us, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.